Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Divine DeBella here, coming back with a very long overdue video that I know you guys have been probably wanting to see for a while. I've been gone for a while. I haven't posted a video in a very long time. And I just want to say I'm sorry. I apologize I've been gone. Life just gets the best of you sometimes, and you kind of have to take a step back. But for all of you who have subscribed to me over the past few months, who have wanted to see more about Vortex and everything Skyrim, I really appreciate you guys. I can't believe I even got any more followers during that time frame while being gone. So I certainly appreciate the support, and I'm here today to give you guys a updated version of my Vortex videos. Vortex has slightly changed over the past few months with how they do downloads and manage certain things. And I know there's been some questions about a few errors. So Vortex, well, we all know what Vortex is by now, I'm sure. Vortex is Nexus Mod Manager replaced, basically. It's the replacement for Nexus Mod Manager, and some of you guys have been on board and okay with it, and a lot of you guys have not been happy with it so much. So I completely get both sides of things, the issues that have occurred with it, why people are so upset with it, and I definitely want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable with using it. And I can tell you without a doubt, Vortex is the way to go if you are starting out in modding. A couple of reasons for that is you have everything you need in this particular mod manager. In Mod Organizer 2, you do as well, but it's just not as straightforward in my opinion. So for instance, you have your mods tab. Well, let's see what happens when we click on that. This is where all my mods are. Every single one of my mods, whether it's enabled or disabled, installed or not installed, are all on this tab. Now, it's as easy as if I want to disable better sounding female dragon shouts, I can disable it and it will take it completely out of my game. As easy as that. If you want to enable it, you click it again and it will automatically enable that mod into your game. As easy as that. If you want to search for a mod such as alternate start, type it in, pops up right at the top with any mods that have alternate start in them. There you go. You can clear your filters. You can go based off status just to look at the enabled, the disabled, or the uninstalled. It's very straightforward, you guys. So there's been a few changes in Vortex involving updating your mods. So right now I clicked on check for mod updates. So it's finishing making sure that there is no updates for any of the mods I currently have in my load order that need to be downloaded and updated. If there is, it will automatically show me which ones there are. So let's wait on that to completely finish and then we'll move on. So once it pulls all the updates, so let's start off with, I'm going to go to a mod that's appropriate so we can pull it up on the site. Okay, so for instance, say I wanted to update my KS hairdos because there's a new update for it on the website and I want, more colors, more styles, whatever. So this symbol right here, if you hover over it, it tells you the mod can be updated, but you will have to pick the file yourself. So this occurs when there is multiple files for a mod on the Nexus mod site. So if you were to click on it, it will pull up a window for you. And if you were to click on the files, there is two different files. As you can see here, there is a male version and there is a female version. So there is two versions. So it has you go to the site to pick which version you are updating. For mine, it would have been the female version if I want to update that. Now that is strictly for mods that have multiple files and it doesn't know which file to pull from Nexus mod site to update for you. However, if it were something along the lines of this mod, it's just a straight up realistic water and JK Skyrim patch. It's just a patch. There should only be one file for this. If you were to click this and you hover over it before you click it, it says mod can be updated, and it tells you the current version of this particular mod. So if you click this, it'll automatically pull it into Vortex and download and install it for you. There is nothing else you have to do. You might have to enable it after, because there are some mods where you need to enable all of the assets for it, but that's it. And then you just delete the old one and you're done. So I'm going to, disable that because I'm not using it right now. But that is one of the newer updates to Vortex that I've seen, that I've noticed while using Vortex and getting back into it. It just makes it a little bit easier. Before, you would have to go to the Nexus mod site and pick the file regardless if it had just one main file or multiple files. It is a little bit time consuming. It can get a little bit repetitive, but that's how you did it. Now, this makes it a little bit easier, more convenient, and doesn't take as much time because it automatically pulls the main file for you for those mods that don't have multiple main files. So there is that, and it just makes it really easy for you guys. It's another reason why I really enjoy Vortex. Okay. Another major thing is with profiles. If we're looking at profiles, I have a few profiles. I had a main game. I have another main game. I have a new modded game, and I have one where I was testing out a few of the Cathedral mods on Nexus Mods website. And so that's why you could see, and it tells you everything. It tells you how many mods in that profile are enabled. You have to make sure you have it enabled for its own save games, its own game settings. The great thing about profiles is it just makes it so much easier to go in, start a game with specific mods. Say you want to be a mage who's also an archer, or whatever it is you want to do on your game. You can do that without having to worry about mixing up your mods and your saves for your game. The profiles separate that for you. For instance, on this main game on the profile, I have 142 mods enabled, but on my other main game profile, I have 152 mods enabled, which means I have 10 more mods enabled that I added into the character. And those 10 extra mods, I didn't want to interfere with my main game here. Does that make sense? So it just makes it easier so you can have separate saves, separate games, different adventures in Skyrim. And let's click into our plugins tab. Now this is where all of the magic happens when you load your game. This is your load order, guys. All of these here are your ESPs. Every single one of these. And what this is, the plugins tab, is basically loot. This is your loot manager inside Vortex. If I were to click sort now, it's going to sort my ESPs based on where they need to go inside of your load order. If they need to load before or after, what's recommended. This is loot, you guys, inside Vortex, which means you don't have to use the program loot. Less space on your hard drive or SSD taken up by an unnecessary software, and it just comes all together. So with it built into Vortex, you guys, it makes it so much easier for you guys to mod and also make sure that your load order is loaded the way you need it to be. For instance, if you have a mod that you know needs to be loaded after another mod, but this loot system doesn't do it for you because that happens, you can click a mod, say for instance, JK Skyrim. If it needed to be loaded after a certain mod, you can do that and you can edit it. So right now I have it loading after landscape fixes for grass mods, Skyrim 3D trees, verdant, white one, hold forest, and it tells you all the mods it's incompatible with right now. So, and if I want to edit that, I can. So if I want to have JK Skyrim load after the Raven's Breeze home, I can. So it says, if you hover over this, it says load JK Skyrim ESP after the Raven's home Breeze, blah, blah, blah. So you click it and then you go back up to here and you click the check mark, and there you go. It will load after. Easy as that. It's a way for you to really dig in and make sure that your load order is tweaked to where it needs to be so that you have a smooth running load order. Now, Save Games tab is basically that. It is every single save game you have in this profile right now for Skyrim. You can delete them from here, or you can delete them in the game as normal. That's all it is. This is exactly what it means, save game. So there you go. Now, if you want to go back into the settings area, and this is where a lot of people have been having some issues, according to the comments that I've been seeing. Okay, so interface, kind of just, pick whatever kind of interface you want for Vortex. The Vortex tab, we don't need that. Now the mods, guys. The mod staging folder is important. The mod staging folder is what stages your mods and gets them ready to be loaded into your game. So the way I have mine up right now is I have a separate folder in my D drive called Vortex Games, and there's another folder in there called Vortex, and then there is my game folder, so the Skyrim SE folder. So you can type it in just like this, how I have it, if you want to create folders just like that, or name the folders however you want. But this part right here has to be the last part in that folder setup. It has to look just like that. So if I were to click on this, this will take me to my mod staging folder, you guys. Let me pull it up for you. This is my mod staging folder. All of my mods that I have. This is where they get staged to be deployed into your game. It's very important. It does not need to be inside your Skyrim folder. It does not need to be. I would suggest it not to be inside your Skyrim folder. Do not put it in there. Make a different folder and make your mod staging folder somewhat along the lines of the way I have it set up. This will work best. Now let's move on to our download folder. Same thing, very important. You want Vortex to know where to download these mods into your game. Now, first things first, the handle. If you haven't done this already, make sure you turn this on. This will make sure that when you're downloading mods directly from Nexus Mods, that it downloads and opens with Vortex and nothing else. That's all it is. Once you turn this on, all you got to do is click Fix Now for Chrome. It's only for Chrome if you're using Chrome, which I'm sure most of you are, and it fixes all of those hard links to download on nexusmods.com. Next, the very important part of the download folder is our downloads folder. Same thing. So if you look back at our mods folder, I have this separate folder in my D drive called Vortex Games. All I did for downloads is I did the same thing. I copy and pasted my Vortex Games part of that link, and then I made a downloads folder. If we were to click on this, it will open up my downloads folder. And this is where the downloads are. So if you click on Skyrim SE, because I have different games being utilized for downloads right now. You click on Skyrim SE, these are all of the downloads for my game. All of the zip files, RAR files, compressed, whatever, are all right here. And this is nice because it has all of the downloads that you currently have in this folder without cluttering your Skyrim main folder. The great thing about Vortex, you guys, is it doesn't download all of your mods into your Skyrim main folder. And the benefit of that is as soon as you disable any of the mods, they don't get loaded into your game. They don't mess with any of the game files whatsoever. These are being hard linked through different folders into your main Skyrim folder game. And once we disable the mod staging folder from any of the mods you have in there, your game is vanilla. That's it. Go straight back to vanilla. There is no mods left inside your game folder, which is, in my opinion, so vital when you're modding. So that's Vortex. It's pretty straightforward when you're talking about just the basics. Mods, plugins, profiles, and your mod staging and downloads folder. Now, there's an error that I recently got asked about that I do want to address real quick because it's really simplistic and easy to fix. The error has to do with BSA files. So I recently got this as well when I started playing Skyrim again after they had released a patch for Skyrim, the new update for Skyrim. And this will unfortunately happen every time a patch comes through, only if it replaces any of your BSA files from your mods. The error is, due to oddities in the game engine, some loose files will not get loaded unless we change the file time on the vanilla BSA or BA2 files. There is no drawback to doing this. Now, when you receive this error, automatically, once you click OK, it will give you an option to fix. So up here, I have, say, for instance, one of my notifications was that error. It will have a show or more file or more button right here, so I can look to see what's causing it, what it means, and it will have a fix button on the side. All you have to do is click fix, and it will take care of the rest for you. You don't have to go into any game files. You don't have to do anything else. Once you click fix, Vortex fixes the issue for you. It makes sure that your BSA files from your mods are placed correctly and loaded correctly, and you're done. But this error occurs only when Skyrim releases a new update or a patch that replaces some of the BSA files in that update or patch. And any of your mods that dabble or mess with BSA files or BA2 files are going to be affected unless you fix that issue. And again, it makes it so simple when it has just that fix button in the corner. You click fix, you're done. Don't have to worry about it anymore until the next patch or update comes through. So basically, so far, that's all I've seen as far as questions, updates. I mean, I just wanted to give an updated version of a Vortex video and kind of go over everything one more time with you guys. I don't really know what else there is to go over when it comes to Vortex. Believe me, if you have your mod staging folder or your download folder set up any way that I have mine, you guys are going to be running a very stable game. Trust me. I've been using Vortex for Skyrim Special Edition, and it works fine. I haven't had any issues. I've had errors here and there. I've fixed them. It's not that complicated, but if you guys have any other questions or concerns or anything that you need help with, please comment it down below. Again, be on the lookout for the FNIS video so I can go into detail about that. That will take me a while to go over everything, as well as a Dindalod video. If you guys really would like to see both of those videos, give this a thumbs up and comment down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for sticking around.